Good morning, everyone. It's Saturday morning. So I wanted to start off with a little video. I've been a little bit MIA for a couple days, not feeling too well with the change to the heat, but so far today I feel pretty good. You probably are wondering what this mess is that I have on my desk. So I think it's kind of funny how artists, or at least in my case, I go from paper arts to fabric arts and then back to making things out of wool or altering boxes or something like that. It seems like our art is always changing. So I have been working a lot with fabrics lately, and I made some really cute mushrooms, but I have to. I'm sorry for the reach. I should have had them out. I need to perfect the pattern a little bit more before I tell you how I made them. But there are my mushrooms, and I love them. I especially love this one. I do them in different fabrics. I'm not so worried about them being a plain color. And I thought I had some red polka dot because I used it for my strawberries, but I can't seem to find it to use it for my my mushrooms. So that's a work in progress, and as soon as I feel comfortable with the pattern, I'll be showing these to you. But what I did with a lot of my offcuts is I just cut them in circles, just little circles of fabric, and I stitched around the edge with black stitching. You can see some of them might have more stitching than the other. These all seem to be single. But then what I did is I took my Liquitex matte gel and some water, and I brushed over these. Sorry, I have something else under there. I brushed over these so that they would be kind of stiff, and then I just scrunched them up. Now, if you put too much of the gel medium on, which some of them did get a little bit more than others, after scrunching them up, sometimes they don't lay flat. But that's what I wanted. I wanted to create some type of definition in my flowers. So let me show you first. I have here a couple flowers. These are actually stitched a little bit differently, and some of them are larger than others. So let me get some. This one right here, this purple one is just so pretty. And we'll do a couple, and I'll show you what I mean about the Liquitex. Let me find my right brush here. So today is Arm's Length Saturday. So what's everybody doing? I know Brenda Clark is all ready to go. She started earlier than I did because I have a hard time getting awake. So what you see me doing here is just taking this gel medium and brushing it over the top. If you don't have gel medium, you can make yourself a thin wash with Elmer's glue and water. Just let me cut that off because I don't want any strings. Just mix it in a little jar or something and it does practically the same thing. So there's that one. And then here is this one. So I use a little bit of water to spread the gel medium around. And if you've never used matte gel or gel medium, it's a very interesting product because it does stiffen things like we're doing here, but it also will adhere paper. So a lot of people use this in the mixed media world for applying their collage papers to the back of their canvas or whatever their substrate is. So that's sort of how I got into using it as a glue mainly. And then I usually get the matte. You can get shiny, but I usually get the matte. So I'm just brushing over these with a little bit of gel and some water. And then I scrunch them up because I want them to have some type of definition to them. So you can see, and then with your Elmer's glue or whatever you decide to use, the only thing that I would suggest is not to put a whole lot on, because if you do, what will happen is it'll get to just a second. I have my mom, she's 85. She knows how to text and things, and she was texting me something I had to reply. So that's the basic process. So these wet ones, what I will do is I will just put them over here to the side for now. And then what I'm going to do is assemble some of these and see what we get. Now, I also cut some pieces of, like, this is kind of like an eyelet lace that I have. And I cut some of those. Not all of them are scrunched. Some of them are just plain. But I'm going to start with just this piece of, kind of like, let me think. Kind of like a muslin, but it's a little bit thicker. So it might be something like a linen. So maybe we want to put this piece on top and then put the floral part on top. And then I cut these little tiny circles out of, I'm not sure what kind of material it is. It's almost like a linen as well, but it's a lot thicker. So with these, I just want to kind of rough these up. I did put gel medium on them, but because they're thicker, it just soaked in and it didn't give it that wrinkled look like I wanted, which is fine. And actually that one's too big. Here's one that actually wrinkled up. I'm gonna have to cut it down though because it's too big for the center of that flower. Now, as far as the circle sizes, I mean, like, you can use the lid of a yogurt container or a spool of thread. Just depends on what size you want your flower to be. And I want mine to be about 2.5 inches is what I cut. And then if I find that it's too big, like I just did, I just trim it down. Because if I leave this too small in the center, what will happen is you won't be able to see the floral part. So that's why I love these, is because when you put the gel medium on them, it makes them a little bit more pliable. So I have a button right here that I'm going to sew through the middle. And I'm going to use a larger needle because of the gel medium. It makes it harder to go through. And I thought I had some green right here. My husband makes the best coffee ever. Here's some green. Green will go nice with the Now these are meant to be more like a shabby or a distressed type of flower, and it's one of those things that if you get enough circles made and enough circles sewn in a day, and then you have to gel them all up, you could probably get a good 30 or 40 of these done a day. And they're really cute, and you can package them up, in cellophane if you have any. Or you can use them not only for decorations in your journals, but you can use them for gift. You can put them on top of a gift. My mom and I were cleaning out yesterday, and we found a lot of curly ribbon, and she said she felt like people didn't really give gifts anymore. And I said, I guess the only place that I really see people give gifts anymore is either at a baby shower or possibly a graduation. But, it's hard to say anymore. And a lot of people just buy those pre-made things from the Dollar Tree, and that's it. Because that's where I get my decorative bags. What's going on here? So it's not early for me, but because of the medication I take, sometimes it feels like it's earlier than it really is. Or I have a hard time getting started. But I wanted to do this video yesterday. But my mom and I spent time together, and when your mom is 85, she doesn't really have any major health issues, except for she has osteoarthritis like I do, and sciatica and a couple other things. But when you get to sit for like 4 or 5 hours and just chat over different things, the past, and we both love fabrics so much, and she has this huge fabric stash that I told her that it was mine if anything ever happened to her, which I pray every day that everything's okay with her, because I don't know, if something happened to my mother, it would be just one of the most devastating things ever, I think, for anyone that loses a mother. But the thing is with my mother, and I don't know if you feel about this with your mother, my mother is like my best friend, because she knows a lot of things. So if I need advice or whatever, I go to my mom. She's just really great. I'll stop talking about her now. But I wish she would now, this thing is being contrary. Let me go through this way so I can make a hole. But she wanted to get all her fabric out. She has totes of it so that we could look at it and hang it up, because of what benefit is it to us staying in a tote, you know? You can't even see it to enjoy it. So that's what we were doing yesterday. Okay, I got it through. Yay! And the green looks really nice in there. Okay, I don't know if I was doing all that struggling off camera, but you didn't need to see me struggle with trying to thread a button. But here we go. So that is done. Basically, I just need to tie off the thread and snip it in the back. And it's not ugly in the back, but if you want to cut a little circle of fabric and glue it on there to make it look more, to make it look neater, you know, you certainly can do that, but it's not something that you have to do if you're going to use it in your own projects especially. So if you were going to do that, what I would do is just make all your flowers and then go back and do that. So there you have a layered shabby kind of flower, and because I use the gel medium on a couple pieces, it doesn't look so flat. You see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying, man? So I really like it, and I hope you do too. So once I will just unscrunch these. Some of them I really scrunched up. But that's how you're going to get the texture, and so that it doesn't lay flat. After you put whatever medium you decide, either matte medium, or if you decide to do like a white glue wash, just make sure that your glue is not too thick. You can go online probably and find the ratios of making, it's the white glue and water is more for a substitute of like Mod Podge, and that's exactly what I would have used on this if I didn't have any gel medium. So I would love to see what you make, and if you come up with any other ideas for creating texture. But for me, this worked and did exactly what I wanted it to. And now I can put the layers together and I'll have a cute little flower. You can do them with just 3 and not put this brown piece on top, because this one looks really cute. And the fact that the fabric is not flat, it has some dimension to it. 3 would be plenty to use on this, because it lifts it up enough that you don't have to worry about using that middle piece if you don't want to. This one is a bottom right here. It doesn't have very much gel medium on it. Let's see if I have a larger. Here's a larger. So I would put that right there, and I might put this one on top, and then a button so you can still see the fabric. I love that too. And you know, you can get creative with them and put different buttons on the top, or you can take some of your fabric and make it into like a yo-yo like I did here. And put that on the top if you wanted to. So there's all kinds of ways to decorate these, but I think when you're using the lace and the floral and the linen color, the button just really, this is a pretty old button, but you know, we're doing shabby chic here. So there is a blue button that would fit in there perfectly. I thought I picked out a couple more. Here's another one that's suitable for the purple. So there you have it. There's 3 more flowers. So what I'm going to be doing today is making some of these flowers, and then also I am going to go back and play with my playing cards a little bit. So I will keep you all updated on how the flowers go. I need to cut some more fabric and sew around the edges. And then that just kind of helps. The more of the circles you have cut and sewn and then stiffened is better. And I just was thinking, as I use the word stiffen, if you have any starch, you may be able to use that too. But starch, I don't know. Spray starch maybe? I don't know how stiff that really makes stuff. I haven't used it very often. I think I got it one time when I was first married to help iron my husband's dress shirts. And after that, I was like, we're taking these to the cleaner, because I was not a very good ironer. Okay, so I hope you all have fun with your Arm's Length Art Saturday, and I don't usually do a continuation by stopping and restarting. I will just upload the video, the last video of the day and the first video of the day. So I will see you again soon. Bye for now.